Action. Well, folks, here's my 94 Sears. I got it up here in the garage. I put the tires back on it. Yeah, it's the original tires. I had to take them off of here, the 94 Sears, so I can put them on the Craft Dozer, because the Craft Dozer's tires, original tires, were shot. But that's the bad news right there. There's going to be no more Craft Dozer action for a while. I also removed the big gas tank off there and drained the gas into this can here. So I got like a little bit less than a gallon of gasoline left in the tank. So that means less than a gallon in the can. Yep, there's the 1990 motor I put on this last year. It was a lot of work, but I did it all myself. Original motor blew up from the previous owner. Just saw this thing sitting at Jerry's Rentals. I told Jerry I had a motor for it. If the guy wants a motor for it, so I have it running again. I guess what he said, just take it. I was like, oh sweet, well, what is the guy going to say, or how much does he want, or anything? He just kept saying, take it, take it. And I was like, sweet, free tractor. And a few days later, well, it was on a Friday, my grandparents went down and loaded the beast up. I arrived at Jerry's just to help him get it loaded, because the rear tires were locked up. The brake was stuck on, even with the pedal up. It was even in neutral, but yeah, when I was working on it, I pried her loose so the wheels were free. So I was hoping it wasn't a gear that busted in there, or else, oh boy, this got me a tractor that might not even use. But yep, I don't know, it took me, I don't know, a couple hours, maybe a little more. That's just taking the motor off of the 1990 Coast to Coast, because this is a heavy engine, and of course I had to stop because it was getting pretty late. And then, I don't know, a week later, 2 weeks later, then that's when I did the engine swap on this. I pulled the blown motor out, and then I put this on. So I'm glad it worked out. I'm so glad, very glad that I used it. Of course, you remember seeing the videos there, me test driving them, that I uploaded last spring. Well, last March. About a year ago already. It's crazy. Yep. Test drived it. Everything worked great. Driveline belt was a little bit tight. My grandpa helped me with that. Yeah, I had the battery removed, but this time I need a different drive belt for the blades, and I put on a new driveline belt. So she's ready to rock. So I hope she'll fire up. I'll just have to drain the carburetor bowl. Oh, excuse me. I had a burp there. Oh, old Lennox in the background. Yep, drain the carburetor bowl, and then make sure it's all clean. Of course, it's ethanol blended fuel I had in here last time I ran it, before I ran her dry. Yeah, the reason why the motor's all corroded is because on the Coast to Coast, I bet you all remember it, but it was all rusty and all that stuff. But oh well. But man, I know the 1990 Briggs motor and the 1990 MTD, the red tractor, it's in mint condition. But yep, I figured I'd show you a video. I'm just hoping I get another back tire for the Craft Dozer. Then I got a spare tire over here. It's got some cracks, but it may look like I had a cut on it, but I hope it still holds air. If it leaks slowly, I can put that tire seal stuff. I know that works good. Yeah, it's going to need a bearing in the hub there, where the axle slides right in. Because I don't have one in there, and I don't want to chew up the axle. But yep, got to pump the back right tire on this. I might put some tire seal on that too. I may have to work on the gas line a little bit, because she don't have a lot of slack. She's kind of pushed out a little bit, but we'll see. See what I can do. Well, I think that's about it for now. So, let's see. I'm trying to think here. What else to say? Oil's about brand new because I changed the oil. I think right before fall, or right when the last time I ran it, and yeah, the driveline broke, and then it ended up sitting for a while. So I decided to fire it up one last time, let it run till it ran out of gas, and I did. So she ended up sitting all winter. So it should still start up though. I got my new blades on. They're used a little bit, but they're about brand spanking new. Possibly, I don't know, an hour, maybe right around an hour's worth of use out of them. Maybe about a couple hours. But I had to take them back off, put the old ones back on because of the belt. Belt had a little bit too, just a hair too much slack, so the blades wouldn't spin too fast. We thought we got the right belt when we bought it, but nope, it was just a hair too loose. So now I got a different belt on there. It's a lot tighter now, so I got the new blades on, and it should ready to rock and roll now. It's always best to have heavier blades on there than too light. I remember Grandpa told me the reason why, and now I forgot what it was, but I'll ask him why. Hope I remember to explain why. Well, before I fire it up too, I'm going to grease up the front axle and both the front tires, and then of course get the gas in the tank because she needs to get started for spring, because I'm gonna need it. Love this thing. I can't believe it seems like I struck gold. I mean, getting a lawn tractor is pretty much about mint condition, not so beat up, not so much rust. There's a little here and there, but it's really bad in the seat because of maybe possibly battery acid. And seats will shoot up too, but it's no big deal. But other than that, the rest of the tractor is in great shape. We're getting it for free. A 94 Sears for free. It's just like the Craft Dozer, except different year. That's about it. And this different color gas tank and more of a modern Craftsman steering wheel. I've seen a steering wheel like that on the modern Searses. And of course the Craft Dozer has the skeleton seat. What, you want to drive that thing? You want to drive this thing? Then you're cleaning yourself. That's funny. You're cleaning yourself for the camera, eh? Don't get scared. I'm just closing the hood. Well, anyways, yeah, it had an EverStart battery. The kind of battery you get at Walmart. It's been a pretty good battery. I mean, it starts up every time. Problem is, I have no brakes, so every time I press the clutch and brake down, all I get is clutch. Well, that's okay. Well, kind of. It depends where I'm mowing. If I'm mowing on a hillside, then that's pretty bad. But here's my tip: if you're going downhill, and if you have no brakes, do not push that clutch. Just leave it up until you get to the bottom. That's my tip. Well, I think that's it for now. So maybe I'll make another video of this another day. Maybe when I get it running, or get fired up for the season. I mean, everything was working the last time I ran it. I mean, it ran just fine, and wasn't burning too rich or lean. Oil was fine too. It's almost brand new, almost fresh. I mean. So that's it. 94 Sears. Get her ready for the season. New driveline belt and blade deck belt and blades. And y'all have a good day and a good night because it's dark. And bye-bye.